Hey guys, Tennison here, and welcome to my podcast, Hungry for Solutions, where I'll be discussing the importance of the Food Recovery Network and the benefits it has on campuses around the U.S., as well as Colorado specifically. So just a little bit of background, the Food Recovery Network is the largest student movement against food waste and hunger in America. It takes two problems and brings a solution. So here I have with me today is fellow transfer student Blair Bohuny, who actually transferred from Texas Christian University, where she was on the executive board of the Food Recovery Network. So thanks for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So why don't you just tell me a little bit about just the Food Recovery Network and what you felt was so cool about it?
Yeah, awesome. So TCU, we started the Food Recovery Network chapter there about 2 years ago. So my freshman year when I transferred there, my best friend at the school, she is from Colorado actually. So she grew up in this environment where, being environmentally conscious and, aware of your waste was really important to her. But going to school in Texas, it's definitely very different. There's hardly any recycling baskets around the school. Composting, nobody even really knows what that is. And all of the food that was being made in the dining hall that was not eaten by students each day was being thrown away. So this was adding up to pretty large amounts of food waste. And so Megan, her name's Megan McCracken, she heard about the Food Recovery Network and decided that this would be a great thing to bring to TCU. So what we would do is we worked with Sodexo, which is the catering company at TCU, and they were willing to package up whatever food was left over at the end of the day, and then twice a week we would pick up that packaged food and take it to a shelter in the community. It's called the Union Gospel Mission, and it was really exciting. We were able to grow FRM pretty quickly from
awesome.
Not just the dining hall, but also to add on taking the food waste from the football games and also the basketball games. It was a really awesome initiative brought there.
I know, that is awesome. So I was doing some research, and there's already over 200 organizations in the U.S., but only 3 of those are actually in Colorado, which I feel like Boulder does a really good job of being sustainable already. So I think of the 3 places, which right now the FRN is actually at Colorado Mesa, University of Denver, and then Colorado Mountain College, which is in Steamboat Springs. But I think that right now our plan is just to hopefully set up some time with like the dining services and figure out how we can get on board with bringing FRN to the school. Honestly, what do you think your favorite part of like the volunteering was?
I think for me, the best part about FRN is obviously we're college students. We have a lot on our plate. I have hardly any free time, as I think most college students do, balancing homework and social life and work, and then adding on an organization to that, that's really hard to manage that time. But the great thing about FRN is we were able to create such a profound impact with such little time and effort put in, because it's really such a simple organization. We simply, have the dining hall. Instead of throwing away the food, they store it. And then literally you just have people sign up to deliver the food, and you drive it over there, and then that's it. And you are literally solving the problem of food waste while also solving the problem of hunger in your community. So I think that was my favorite part, is like it was such a strong impact with such minimal effort, which is really awesome about the organization.
I love that. And I love what you said about the 2 problems and how like the problem of hunger and the problem of food waste, and FRN really brings a solution to that, which I think is awesome. Because honestly, sometimes I feel like people don't really think what happens to all the wasted food in the dining halls. Where does it go? So I feel like bringing FRN to CU is something that a lot of students would want to get involved in. And I remember you mentioning that there's like no financial ask. So because of that, if nobody's asking for money to join, anybody can join. It's really like a volunteer effort. people like to volunteer. And if it brings hope to those who need it, like the homeless community in Boulder, which is absolutely a pretty big community of people, I really think that we would preserve so much food rather than waste it, which is awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Music courtesy of M83, and I also want to give a shout out to frn.org for providing me with super helpful information for this podcast, as well as collaboration with a good friend and transfer student, Blair Bohuny, who is on the executive board. Blair, thanks so much for being here with me. It was really awesome to get your side of the story, and I'm super excited to bring the Food Recovery Network to CU. So with that being said, this has been Chase Tennison signing off from Hungry for Solutions. Have a good one.